All right. And speaking of, we are rolling. Welcome. You can't see me because I can't figure out why my camera's not working. So hopefully that's fine. But you can hear me, which is honestly all that I really care about. And you can hear my friends who are here today. Say hello, friends.
Holy crap, we're back!
Hello, friends.
Hello. The Seekers of the Goblin, as they've become known. No, actually,
that's our true title that we aspire to.
It's actually one of the earliest forms of telephone game. The transition, search for the Holy Grail, search for the Holy Goblin.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
That should be some sort of epithet at some point. I mean, you guys haven't.
That's just
Right now, you guys are just failures, really. I mean, you've lost the goblin.
Oh, that's how it is. Well,
We held-
my extended family tree of people I want to visit today. Then
They're all very disappointed in you. I guess you haven't told your family about the. Okay, we'll get into that. So it's been some time. We've had some stuff going on, and it has been some time. But we are back, and this, we normally do a recap, but it's been 47 days. So is anybody really brave and wants to try it? If not, I did just listen to the last episode today, so I have a pretty decent handle on it. But you won't get inspiration if I do it, so I just want to give you the option.
all right, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Go, Greg.
I will
Okay.
take inspiration
So-
from you if you do it wrong.
Whoa.
Well,
Whoa
I already
now,
have 0,
whoa.
so good luck.
No, you start with 1. Every session, you start with 1.
He's gonna use his inspiration to roll on this.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shut up.
We were in the middle of the Agora and getting thronged by a crowd. Magus used the opportunity to try and make the song that makes the rain go away into more of a cultural touchstone, and try and put that into a part of Mytros' culture of calling upon the gods. And rolled pretty successfully at that. Theo tried to also turn it into a poor review of that one's potion seller, and didn't roll quite as well.
I do need to put together the lyrics at some point, because actually, like, Magus, you did come up with some pretty solid bars. So, like, I'd love to actually flesh that out, because I think it is an important sort of touchstone song, that is culturally relevant, like you're saying, including the dig on Zoran's concoctions.
Yep,
That asshole on 4th
you
Street.
have to get that.
That's like the deep cuts version.
Yeah, it's like the Jay-Z remix of that Linkin Park song. The Numb Encore. Anyway, deep cuts, apparently. Continue.
Anyway, and Shade was showing off and being a hero, and then Falbin noticed that there was someone moving Falbin noticed that suddenly our purses were lighter, and that there was someone moving away from us in the crowd, and he took off under people's legs in pursuit, and Shade tried to part the crowd so the rest of us could follow, and we did not beat them out of the Agora, and we moved into the street outside and eventually tracked them to a bush that had a tunnel behind it. And we followed the tunnel until it popped up in the middle of the Great Gardens, where there were just a bunch of really nice dressed people walking around and enjoying their time. However, Falbin noticed that there was an archer with a crossbow on one of the rooftops nearby, and rolling like a 30 stealth.
Exactly 30. Yeah.
Ghosted his way over behind the guy, and with a knife to his neck. Well, no, I don't think you tried interrogating him first. I think you just went to gank him.
Yeah, you just went for the kill.
Straight to the shank.
But you didn't manage to kill him all the way, and he alerted the rest of the guards, which turned out to be about half of the people in the gardens, as well as several people on the rooftops that we didn't see. and commenced battle. And one of the main guards, tried to take a child as a hostage so he wouldn't come any closer.
Just
Shade
as a
was having none of
joke.
that. Shade got closer anyway. And,
I
It
did-
was a joke.
I did love how that immediately like pissed you guys the hell off. Like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have him grab a kid, and they may or may not react to that. But you guys were like, no way, oh man.
And the exchange between the mental exchange between the two, Shade realized that the bandit captain was bluffing, and the bandit captain realized that Shade was not bluffing, and so the bandit captain just tossed the kid aside and prepared to do battle. However, after a brief initial skirmish, Falben was able to name drop Rinsler to the guard that he had pinned at the top of the roof. At which point,
For those
the guard,
who don't remember, Rinsler was basically like a handler for the cult of the snake, the Lady of Coins' is like group of thieves guild people, and he was like a lieutenant for them, and they had met and made friends. So.
Yep. At which point, like, Falben was able to learn / intimidate / coerce the stop word for standing down. It's a Ouroboros, I believe.
Yep.
And was able to bring the fight to a close. At which point, we were able to recover most of our things. However, some of the bandits had already made off with the portrait of the Goblin of Malta, which is for some reason so incredibly important to this group.
I think I didn't realize until at this point in the session that it really is primarily Shade and Theo who give a crap about it.
That is a touchstone of our group. I don't know how we survived prior to Maltese.
I mean, it's like a main quest item. Like, we picked it up off of a random loot table out of a
Exactly.
harpy's nest. How could
is.
it not be super important?
Yes.
I was in the car thinking like, what is something maybe our players could have that's like a point of contention between them? And then I was hearing this
Maltese.
point. I'm like, yup, it's this. Like Magus and Falvin would be like, you guys are getting us into like some kind of crazy trouble over this stupid goblin. And then you say that again, I dare you. Anyway.
But we did find out that the portrait had been spirited away to be an item as part of this grand auction that not even the bandit chief knew what all was, where it was going to be held, but he knew when it was going to be held. I believe in 2 days hence. And
It was in three nights.
3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Demetrius
three-
was his name.
Demetrius the Coward.
Yeah, you did call him that.
Because he tried to hide behind a kid.
Well, and the fact that he pissed his pants is alleged. He allegedly pissed his pants. We're not sure.
But we found out that, some higher families, such as, I don't know, the Nerdicans, might be among those invited to this a secret underground auction if we wanted to try and get an invitation, steal their invitation and sneak our way in. At which point, we decided that we would come back to that later and went to Magus's house, where we had a fun dinner with all of his different family members, and Magus was able to give them all the gifts that he had obtained for them. We broke his younger brother's mind.
He was quite flabbergasted.
And then a very heartfelt conversation between him and his parents on whether or not he is still a good person after all of the things that he has done in adventuring.
Some IRL tears shed. There was also a dog that y'all pet.
Yes.
I was listening back to it, and I was reminded how, I mean, the dog was kind of a thing that I thought of on the spot, and then I was like, they better freaking pet this dog. If like this is a fake dog in a
gonna pet that dog so hard.
Yeah, this is a power fantasy.
No.
He's a slow, adorable hound dog. If they don't pet him, they are chaotic, evil villains.
Pet him so hard.
And then you guys did pet him, but not so hard that he
Cookies.
became like the Cerberus that you found in the mines.
Cerberus, exactly.
That took me.
No, that'd be evil.
I didn't catch that until the re-listen, and I didn't realize that's what you were referencing, and it made me made me laugh a lot. Wow, yeah, great, incredible recap. I'm gonna do a rare thing, okay? I'm gonna give you
1 gold piece.
I'm gonna give you super inspiration for that.
One.
So basically once, oh god, this is maybe a terrible idea.
No, it's great. Go
One
on.
time in this session only, you can roll
boy.
a D40 in exchange of a D20.
Well then.
No.
What have you done?
I don't know. I don't know.
Man, I'm
Walk up
just,
to King Acastus at.
I'm just thinking, like, you want to roll it on expertise, and ideally with advantage, and you might be able to do it.
I'm gonna try and persuade him to make me king. Let's go.
I will say, just because a DC is high and just because you outdo it by a lot doesn't mean you can do impossible things. But
What?
maybe if there's like a Nerf football heading your way, you can roll it for like your dex save. That would be, I think, useful.
Wow. Holy nerd.
So we're having the great games today, right?
Nope,
Nope.
we are not. Okay, let's switch gears. Thank you, seriously, that was a fantastic recap. Really, really well done. I could not have done better myself, and I just listened to it. I am curious, when was the last time you listened to that session?
Probably a few days after we did it.
So you've just internalized the shit out of that.
I remember all things.
It is part of you now. I love that. Oh, wow.
We call him the Archive.
He's got the keen mind feat IRL. It's amazing.
Has it been a month? I don't know.
It's been over a month, dude.
Oh no.
But that does warm my little DM heart. So thank you. I'm so glad to have you guys back. Okay, so wow. I gotta remember all your family's names. Feel free to throw me bones when it comes to that. I will not be doing the same level of multi-level role-playing this time as I did last time, because I'm not prepared for it this time, but we'll give it a try. Okay, so you guys, I think, like when we last left, you had just finished dinner with Magus's family. The grandparents were there. Adrian, the younger brother's there. Does Giles eat with you guys? Or Giles, sorry. Does Giles eat with y'all? Or does he just like eat dirt outside?
Yeah.
Seems like he just eats garbage.
I think
You're really thinking about this too much. You should be like, no, he doesn't eat dirt, but let me think about what he does eat.
yeah, like I'm aware that he does not eat dirt.
Okay, all right, cool.
I think that particularly as this is a like guest situation, he and Ileana would be eating on their own, like probably back in the kitchen.
Okay, fair. That makes sense. And remind me, Giles is roughly your age or a little older, is that right?
No, yes, he is roughly my age, which makes for some interesting dynamics because, like,
but he's
so
a human man.
He is a human, and Magus is an elf, and so
Right.
Giles is a mid-40s human, and Magus is a 47-year-old elf.
I'm picturing Magus as like Matthew McConaughey going like, all right. They keep getting older and I stay the same age. Yeah, buddy. It's kind of a weird. Anyway, I'm gonna delete that part.
No, you won't.
So
You won't.
I can't be bothered. So it is. Yeah, tell me, what is that like for Magus coming back and seeing Giles after a while?
It's not something that he would have been like unaware of.
Sure.
And I
Not
think,
everybody's elves.
Yeah, not everybody's elves. I think that might have actually been something that came up previously, because the history between them is that when Magus was still living at this place, he made some passes at Giles, and Giles turned him down.
Right.
Specifically because Giles wanted a more monogamous, committed relationship, but also I imagine there was probably some of like the time difference between there.
Yeah, like what does a long-term relationship look like when you're a human and your partner is an elf?
Right.
Yeah, valid.
But yeah, but still, like just seeing it happen is a bit of a like it's not the biggest emotional shock that's happened recently, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, that does happen, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Sort of
see, guys, listen. That's how he's gonna feel about all of you at some point.
Yeah.
Just like, ugh, look at these oldies, these olds.
Except for me. I mean,
Yeah.
well, we're all
Wait, how long?
we're all pretty much eternal, except
I'm an
for
elf, Medusa.
yeah,
are.
except for Shade, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shade. Oh,
He'll just go quietly off into the sunset while sipping his
Blueberry
milk.
shade.
Shade's got that short cat lifespan. Oh, that's.
As his
Yep.
stripes
But he's got
slowly
9
fade to
lives.
Gray.
Oh,
And
I want to see. I'm imagining like old Aragorn from like Return of the King when it's just like he's all gray and like he's. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta. Thank you for that insight into Giles. Not jowls like the cheeks on a dog. Giles. Okay, so you guys have finished dinner. Magus and his parents have had that heart-to-heart talk. And I guess like you guys come out together into the main family room, and everybody's hanging out. Kyra and the grandmother, Halia.
Yep.
Kyra and Halia are probably talking and chatting, and I don't think at this point Halia even yet knows that Kyra is the real Kyra. She just like is, she's got this pedestal idea of what the goddess Kyra is. Nobody could actually live up to that in her mind. So, yeah, what are you guys doing? Well, basically like, yeah, anything you want to, yeah, just take it away. You guys have fun with it.
so, Magus's younger brother is the guy who's like
Obsessed with the Dragonlords
Yeah.
and Pythor, yeah.
Well, yeah, and Pythor's, but so I assume he's like physically fit and always wanting like contests of strength and stuff, right?
Yeah, when you guys first met him, he actually ran up, tried to fist fight Magus, and then immediately called to arm wrestle Shade. So yeah, he's down for that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
So I imagine there would be like a couple like arm wrestling things like that like Shade and him are going at, just kind of good-naturedly just sparring back and forth type of those type of things.
You gotta burn off that barley bread.
Yeah. Shade might be giving him like some pointers on, all right, well, when you're gonna try and punch a guy, like this is how you want to like uppercut right here, aim for solar plexus and stuff, like those type just like that type of stuff, just him and Magus's younger brother, whose name I don't remember off the top of my head.
Adrian.
Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
not Rocky, but Adrian. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So you're giving him some pointers, and he's just eating it up. I mean, the fact that I'm guessing at this point he understands and realizes the truth of your. I mean, did you tell him that you were a Dragonlord? Was that part of the revelations last session?
No.
Wow, but nobody believed us about any
No.
of our stories.
We told him some pretty outlandish stuff, and he just concluded that we were making it up.
Okay,
But
right.
at this point, he would definitely pick up that Shade has like real military experience, and he is a right now official mercenary. He fights people for a living. So
Yeah. And I think knowing that one of the great heroes that is, the talk of the town, that one of these heroes is part of like a mercenary group, like I think that's kind of maybe a shocking realization for him. Magus, would Adrian have any ambitions of like joining some sort of fighting force, or like maybe like the monk monasteries in Aresia, like anything like that?
Good question.
Like, what does he want to do with his life?
I think his ambition would be to become a part of the Royal Guard of Astoria.
Ooh, of a story? Oh, because that's Pythor's town, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. I like that. I think he would ask you all kind of your opinions of Pythor. That's what I want to hear. Like, so this is Adrian go like, okay, guys, you got to tell me, like, what's he like? Like, really? Like, you spent time with him. What is he like?
He's got a killer punch.
Shade and Falbin just kind of eye Magus when Theo says that.
I mean, I already told Adrian that I survived trading blows with Pythor, and he didn't believe me.
He didn't. I mean, but
it was only one blow each, and it was only barely, but...
I mean, he definitely believes that he's got a killer blow. Like, no, that's no question.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, like, I know how strong he is. I just, like, what kind of person is he? Like, all I hear is his military exploits, and those are great. They're awesome. But, like, what is he like?
Oh.
He's got a good heart, but he's the embodiment of war and triumph in war and the last 500 years of peace. He kind of feels like his hands are tied, and he's kind of restless.
Tell me about it. And he like looks kind of longingly at the walls that that surround you guys, and he says, I mean, I love working the farm, like, don't get me wrong, but like I want more, right? Like, this is I just go out there and I just punch this and I punch that, and like all I get is sore knuckles. And I don't know, like, that kind of guy, just to have a legacy like that from just being the god of war, I don't know, that's what I want to be, right?
Well, you also have to think about the concept of what do you do when you're not in war, which is exactly what Pythor struggles with. I mean, he was a decent enough king, but without him being able to go and enact his purpose, like Magus said, he was a little listless. He didn't really know what to do. So
Adrian's like looking at himself in a mirror, like really because he's like thinking, this is me. Like, I am a mortal god of war in a time of peace.
He's about to break out into like a song from Hercules.
Yeah.
and Magus and Shade's just looking at him, is like, the thing you have to think about to not be driven to just drunken carousing, which is effectively what Pythor is doing, is to have a purpose for war. He just has war with no purpose. You have to have something any war is working towards, some form of peace. Relax. He has no direction.
Wow, I mean, I keep hearing stories that, like, war is coming again, though. Like,
Oh, very likely. But that's the thing, is war is never eternal. You can't stay in perpetual state of war. Eventually resources get exhausted, armies are defeated. You have to know what to do after that, or at least have an idea of what you want to go for after that.
he thinks for like a moment, a little while, and then he looks back at you and he cocks his head. He's, well, what about you? What do you want, like, after there's no more war?
Milk.
That's one thing. Always that. Always milk. Chocolate if you can get it.
The Medelia brings you another glass. More milkshake?
Why, yes, please. Thank you.
I know a thirsty tiger when I see one.
Whoa.
No, but Adrian is like, he's like waiting for your response, really.
That's a good question. I've pondered it some, and honestly, to roam around and see what this world has to offer, to see who else lives in it, and meet them and learn from them. There's so much out there, and I, for one, don't know much of it right now.
I love the insane subtext of like Lucos's like exploratory nature that brought him here in the first place. And he's like not even realizing it. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. He says it is a really big world out there. I don't know. I think I stay here because I don't know. It's safe, and like I know I'm strong, but it's just me, and I don't know. There's storms brewing out there, and I mean, if I can be honest with you, I'm afraid, and I don't know. I look down. I look at myself, and I can only get so much stronger, and I feel like I'm already close, and I'm not getting less scared.
Well, it's good to have some fear, because some fear will keep you alive. But don't let the fear control you. Then you have to overcome that.
Would you say fear is the mind killer?
Well,
Sorry, little Dune reference there. How you doing? Yeah. Nothing.
sorry, my audio just kind of went glitchy, so I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
your
hear
computer decided, nope, we're not even going to mouse with that. Like,
Okay.
You didn't miss anything.
No,
It's fine.
you didn't.
All right.
Hey, listen to the episode tomorrow. Yeah. So he says, I've been thinking about like going and joining the Astorian Guard, because I don't know, like it seems like Mytros has all the people they need, and well, I mean, you know, I don't know if it'll be enough to stop Sidon, but Astoria always seems like Pythor's all they got, and if he's, you know, got issues like, you know, like you're telling me, I don't know, I think they need as much help as they can get. What would you say? Would you think that was a good idea, or I don't know, I just think I need a change, you know, I need something to direct my energy toward.
Shade kind of looks to the rest of the party. It's like, kind of the trying to say without saying, like, hey, I'm giving life advice to another like young person. Are we sure we're doing this?
You did a good job the last time.
Well, Magus.
Yeah. Bro,
Bro.
have you been training? Have you tried? Huh?
Oh, he just replied with bro when you said bro.
Bro.
Have you been training with Halia?
What do you mean by that?
Because my grandmother is the one who first taught me how to fight with the sword.
Oh, right. I like to think that Adrian uses like blunt weapons, like hammers and.
I was kind of wondering if it would be like more of a warhammer.
Yeah,
or, like,
warhammer. He probably would consider himself a grappler. So he says, I don't know, man. Like the swords are like they're cool, but like I don't know. It's just there's just the physicality that I think is missing. Like it. Hallie is always saying like a good strike, like you barely even feel it, and I don't know, that just doesn't sound fun to me, right? Like I want it to rock my bone. I want to rattle my teeth when I make a strike.
Have you seen my musket?
Have I?
Oh boy!
I've seen it. I mean I don't. What is it?
Oh, what isn't it? It'll rattle your teeth, all right.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'll give it a try sometime.
That might be dangerous. I look over to Shane. He's like, do you think you could give him some tips with a ball?
Ball? Oh, for sure. And even. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up to take a look at it.
Oh, the mall.
No, not the mall. The that martial equipment catalog you had sent us.
Oh, right.
There's in there. There's basically like the I'm trying to find them. Where are they? Yeah, Castus. They're like reinforced bludgeoning gloves.
Oh yeah, like the Roman boxing glove things. Yeah. I like to think he has at least maybe a makeshift version of those that he uses.
Okay. Well, because that would be one of the things if he hadn't heard of those, that'd be something Shade would point out, like, this sounds like something that you would like.
Yeah.
Something like a
yeah, totally.
Castus. You can use it while you're grappling. You can punch with it. If you can get some specially made ones like that are reinforced, maybe even weighted, that you can do some damage with.
I like that. I mean, because like I can only get so much bigger, but if I could just make my fists heavier. Right? Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
I mean, I've fought a bandit or two that have been proficient or even skilled Castus users, and they can mess you up. You got to be careful.
Okay. All right. Well,
But
I just hope whatever outfit I sign up with will let me use like non-standard equipment like that, right?
Oh. I mean, not to recruit too strongly, but the Iron Sentinel, it's fair game.
I was secretly hoping you would. Are those like merchant like guards or like I don't know? What do they do?
That's our predominant customer source, but I mean they're mercenaries. We go and basically fight for people who can't always fight for themselves. There's times when we go and defend small villages from monster incursions. Sometimes we'll go and we'll protect caravans. That's where most of the money is. But a lot of it is just trying to do what we can to help and, like I said, fight for people who can't fight for themselves. Some of the smaller villages outside of these major cities don't have a whole lot of natural born fighters and defenders for bandits, any other random monster that comes out of the woods. things like that. So we try and step in and help.
You see kind of a look of like determination come over his face. I think what like the points you've made about what the Iron Sentinels do, I think has really resonated with him because you know, it is more small scale, right? And it allows for flexibility and yeah, like it's not tied to a political agenda, right? I think that's maybe one reason he's stayed away from Mytros. Is, you know, he doesn't just want to be like a flashy honor guard. He wants to go out and do stuff. So he takes like a determined swig of his wine, and he says, "Who do I talk to sign up?"
Well, I'm most familiar with the Astoria branch, but I can check in with the branch here and talk to the captain involved.
There's a branch here? Oh my god, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what we talked about. Is there's a branch in every major city.
That's right.
Branches all over the continent.
Yeah. Well, really, it's only the three: the Astoria, Mytros, and Arisia.
We got
All over the continent.
We got bros in multiple area codes.
Yes.
I mean, we're not big, but we're widespread.
We're growing daily.
The last thing he says is like, what do you think they'll do, like, if war comes? Like, who will they fight for?
I'm pushing that we fight for the citizens of land. So far, Sidon and Lutheria just don't care about the actual people. The Iron Sentinels will side with the people, which is likely going to be against the Titans. There might be individuals who go the other way, but I think by and large, the Sentinels are here to defend, and that's what they'll do.
Well, you have solved my wayward teen puzzle.
You bastard!
What?
You are sending my younger brother into war.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Is Magus like replying to this? Like,
Magus is getting quiet. He's not replying, but he might.
well, you can tell it looks like Adrian he's making a decision. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna drive that wedge between you assholes.
Because like the one of the thoughts that immediately came to my mind when the question was like, who would the Iron Sentinel side with in war, was that like, if it comes to war, I feel like Shade is going to start recruiting from the Iron Sentinels to fight as Dragon Riders under him.
What? Never.
It's very plausible.
So, but then it was like, oh, my younger brother is among like the soldiers that we are leading into the front lines against the Titans. Ah!
I'm gonna have Adrian roll an insight check.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Adrian.
Let's say he's got a +2 to insight. Yeah, he looks at you, Magus, and he says, "Bro, what?
Are we in like the main dining area with everyone around, or are we off in like just like conversing? Have we dispersed to converse in different rooms?
I think it's pretty much you guys sitting around the table in the dining room, and the grandparents and Kyra and are off in the den, you know, like singing and talking, and your dad is like off doing stuff. So like it's pretty much just you guys.
Okay. The one thing that scares me the most is that as we are, traversing the continent and, doing our activities, is that enemies that I make will come for you and Mom and Dad and Grandpa here.
Well,
I
got.
I can't tell you to stay put. I can't.
He smiles. He cracks a smile, and he says, "Bro, you trust me with the family. You think I can protect them?"
Of course.
Well, shit. I don't know what to do here, guys, because I mean, if we really think about it, I mean, first off, quit making enemies. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing out there pissing off people that are gonna come try to kill a sweet old grandma and grandpa? But like, I know that's just a side effect of you saving the world, but like, I mean, if they send people to kill us, I'm not gonna be able to. Just me. I mean, really, Magus? Come on. Like, you gotta really, if you really are concerned about their safety, think about where we are right now. Think about it. It basically says, Bromius family, come get some on the road. Like it's we're fishing a barrel here, Magus. Like, if you really piss off somebody big, it's not gonna take anything for this to just all go up in flames, and I'm not gonna be able to stop them. So what do you suggest we do?
I hear the Sentinels protect people who need it.
And he looks back at Shade. You think they'll station like 20 guys here just to watch over one family?
Well, I was thinking it'd be more convenient for the family to move to the Sentinels, but...
He looks back at you, Magus, like, what do we do? We can't stay here. Because it's either you keep doing your thing, hopefully saving the world, and put us, put your home, your family in danger, or you just quit and they live out their happy little lives for, a little bit, and then it all just goes to shit anyway. I don't know what to do, Magus.
I'm I like put a hand on his shoulder, and my eyes are getting a little bit, glossy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'll tell him, like, if the time calls for action, staying here would only hold you back. And I'll look over to Shade. And I'll say, like, if it comes to war, and he follows you, know what I am trusting you with.
Shade would nod. I understand. And turning to Adrian, like that does bring up a very good point. Looking around the table to the rest of the party, he says, of those of us here, as far as I'm aware, Magus is the only one that has significant family to have to worry about. The rest of us don't have what you have. At least, not that I'm aware. Shade says, glancing at Falbin and Theo.
Falbin makes a specific point to look away from your gaze.
Wouldn't you like to know? You cat, you.
So Shade would continue with, so knowing when it's a decision that no one can make but you. So when to leave your family in the hopes of becoming stronger and prevent some danger coming to them, or staying and hoping to defend against danger that arrives. And it is no easy choice.
I'll stay as long as I can. And Magus, you better let me know. Let me know. I know you want to call Mom normally, but like I don't think she gets the gravity of what's going on. Tell me and I'll get them safe. You've trusted me this far. I need you to I know I'm the little brother. I need you to keep trusting me.
I'll just nod. And yeah. Like Magus is so torn up right now.
Oh yeah. I had no plans for this conversation. I'm so psyched about it.
Because it's his personal ideals.
Yeah.
Are ones of like
Freedom
aiming for
and
excellence.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
sure.
You're doing the great things. And here he's like kind of pushing his brother to not do that for the sake of his family's safety.
To live a life of quiet and non-ambition. Yeah, just What a conundrum. But okay, so it does seem like from your conversation, he has determined that he will stay with his family as long as he can, but at the first sign of danger, he's going to take them to the Iron Sentinels, and he's going to sign up. And Adrian will remember this. Yeah.
Shade does feel a little bit guilty about that, but only a little bit.
Oh.
We need bodies for the war machine. It's all good.
And if you sign up with a 2-year contract, they'll help pay for college.
You'll get Amazon free for a year.
You get a chariot with like a supercharger in it.
Fine edition.
Oh man. Okay, that's wild. Adrian looks back at Falbin and says, "Wait, do you have like a secret family or something?" What? No, he doesn't say that. But we're all thinking it. Okay, so I think unless you guys have anything else to say to him, I think that's probably the conclusion of that conversation. But yeah, anything else you guys want to do or talk about tonight? I mean, you guys haven't really planned anything.
Are we spending the night in this house, or are we?
It's getting pretty
That was
late.
what-
It's after sunset now.
It's several hours back to Mytros.
I would like to think that there is there's a modest guest house, like not huge. It's a very small house, but it's big enough for you guys to sleep in.
Yeah, that had been my intention.
Yeah, that works.
Kyra comes
Sure.
back in from the other room, just like, oh, Magus, your grandmother is just delightful. Oh, wow, what kind of energy have I walked into here? Oh wow, I feel like you guys just, you just learned that your 401k matches didn't come through or something. What is going on here? Is everybody all right?
Well, I think Magus could use some cheering up.
Always with the cheering up, Magus. You know how to cheer yourself up. I know this. Okay, no, but seriously, we need to talk about the next few days. Because,
Right.
yes.
We need to get an invitation to that auction.
Yes!
For the Maltese!
For the goblin, of course.
For the Maltese mobile!
I mean, Sidon and Lutheria can wait. This goblin is truly...
Absolutely.
Yes, my epic...
You have it so... I couldn't have said it better myself.
She slaps
Priorities.
She slaps her huge stack of scrolls on the table. My epic will not be complete without this goblin in it. Do you understand?
Exactly.
I know you understand.
Naturally.
How could he not?
Okay, but tomorrow is our first step. Falbin, you did such good work infiltrating the cult of the snake, and you got us that meeting at the Colossus, yes?
Has Falbin actually told any of us about this?
I don't think he's had the opportunity.
Wait, did I? Oh wait, did you not share that?
I don't remember.
I think Falbin just got back to the Agora and then things started happening.
Oh, okay, all right. So retcon.
We had 3 hours of walking from
No, that's true,
Mytros to the.
But Falbin has not always been
Yeah.
super forthcoming.
This is
with,
What's coming? That's
Yeah.
true.
So
About family or...
Falbin.
So Kyra using her god powers to just
No,
be like,
no. So Kai, we'll say, Falvin, what did you decide? Because Kyra will or won't know based on what you decide.
Yeah, I would have shared that with the team, and the thing that I think we haven't decided yet as a party is what we're going to do with kind of the expectation that I'm alone, or rather that protection only covers me.
Right. Yeah. Yes, the cult of the snake, they do a lot of good, I think, for the people of Mytros. My sister would disagree. Well, no, she would disagree with their methods primarily, but they are quite dangerous when crossed, or when they thrive on their secrecy, and if you encroach on that, I think it could incur their ire. So what do you suggest?
My experience with the Lady of the Coins was before much organization, and times were different. It's hard to say what exactly happened. I would expect that they will honor the safety of my arrival, but beyond that, I'm unsure.
Well, you all handled that bit of unexpected violence today quite well. I would say that even if they do intend you violence, I think you'd be able to handle yourself. You fought young Cerber, I remember.
If we were together, yes.
Do you not intend to go together?
That is a question for the party. My safety.
Well, if I might sing just a short refrain from one of my favorite old original songs. Don't split the party. Don't split the party. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Time for a Falbin one shot. Time for a Falbin one shot.
It's no fun for anyone except for the one guy having fun.
Falbin.
I hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, Shade, please continue.
Well, I was going to say it's a matter of whether we all go in together or not. I imagine the rest of us would at least want to be close. The question is whether or not you feel you could either extricate yourself or alert us to go in after you if things were to go poorly.
It will be a new dawn and the talking stone.
The sending
And
stones?
the what?
Sending.
Mm-hmm.
Stones of message sending.
I keep wanting to call them stones of far speech, but I forget that that's an Adventure Zone term. That's not in actual D&D. Yes, but Falbin, I worry about you. I mean, if there's anything that I know about hideouts that, thieves guilds occupy, is that you never know what's around the corner, and you could become trapped so easily. And then how would you know how to infiltrate a place like that? But not to insult, but the rest of you don't quite have the guile, Again, not to insult.
It would be brute forcing it.
It's how do you brute force your way through a place that you don't know exists?
Blow everything up.
Again, a lovely idea. I love the ambition, Theo, but the cult of the snake exists in symbiosis with the city of Mytros. You destroy where the cult lives, and you destroy where the people live.
And the Maltese could be damaged.
And yes,
right?
it is made of paper. It could be. Oh my gosh, it could be damaged, Theo. Oh my goodness, Theo. Oh, please don't blow it up. Please don't shoot it. There's only
this
one.
Is when Falbin learned that Kyra also likes the Goblin of Valhalla.
You do know our DM is playing Kyra, right?
So it is Kyra, so she could also be completely trolling with
Exactly.
that. So her motivations are still uncertain in regard to the goblin.
Oh yes, absolutely. If anybody could be like building this into a wild goose chase for fun, it is Kyra.
The goddess of trickery.
Not saying
What?
that's what she's doing.
My impression of the situation is that at best my safety is tenuous. And it would probably make sense for us all to go together. That being said, we may lose an ability to talk if we go together. Hard to say. I would prefer we all go together, but it is a decision each of you will.
Kyra kind of smiles and claps her hands when you say you prefer you all go together.
Jade kind of looks around and is like, well, as far as I'm concerned, every group of questionable people we've encountered so far our safety has not been guaranteed. And I believe, as the one who has died the most in this party, I can speak for it. I'm good while going together.
Falvin stares at him and says, "I think we're tied."
Ooh.
I
Yes,
guess I
come on,
didn't
yes.
quite die the last time. All right, you're right. We're tied.
Falvin, there are plenty of sharp objects around.
Yes.
For you,
We could-
or him.
You're pretty sure you
settle
hear
this
Falvin
real-
mumble, "I'm pretty sure mine hurt more."
Oh yeah, literally got. Well, I don't know actually.
It was so fast, though. I mean,
Because Shade got stomped by a giant boar,
yeah, the big
and-
old pig, bacon.
and then Falvin
Yep.
got all his arms and legs and head ripped off simultaneously.
I'm pretty sure the DM used the word slowly.
No, it was
No,
quick.
no, yeah, it was fast.
That was part of the deal.
Yeah, it had to be as
Quick.
painless as possible. For those
See?
of you just joining us, yeah, that shit happened.
What was the,
The
episode
question is,
number?
why are you joining us now?
Why are you joining
Go
us now?
back.
Go-
Listen to the beginning.
It's only
Stop
20.
skipping.
It's only 28 episodes. You got this. Anyway, but okay, yeah. So it seems like the idea is to go together. So Falvin, you know that Rinsler told you to meet at nightfall, or after dark, at the feet of the Colossus tomorrow night. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think Kyra would just ask like, so, what are you going to say if you do if the Lady of Coins is there? What are you going to do?
How's it hanging?
As I like caress one of my snake hairs. Wow. That's not a thing that we've talked much as a group about, but I'm concerned of the number of deaths, concerned that not all who are dying may be guilty, and I'm worried on the trajectory that this may be going.
You're referring to the people that have been turned to stone.
So my goal is to understand more of why the Lady of Coin is doing
Mm-hmm.
and who she's doing it to. That knowledge can be used for us to figure out if this is a situation that we should be on the left side or the right side.
I'm in total agreement. She is such an elusive figure, and I think as wise as my sister is, I think even she is not certain what drives her. You can only incite so much from the rumors of a person, if that makes sense. If you speak to Valis face to face, she can basically read your mind, but if you tell her a story of someone, how does that work, right? So I think you may be able to learn something that even the Goddess of Wisdom has no knowledge of, which gives me such joy, I must tell you. She thinks she's so good. She thinks she's so hot stuff with her wisdom and her beauty and her natural curls.
Yours aren't natural.
We know.
Oh no, she let it slip.
Oh.
There can be no survivors.
Fight.
She says,
fight.
of course not, Magus. My Vulcan, my father made me these curling irons that I take with me.
His automaton is actually a hairdresser.
Yeah. Oh my God. The Keladon is like, "How you doing, sweetie? Oh yeah. Tell me about it."
Didn't see you last week.
Oh, what a pig. Oh God. Okay. All right. So, yeah, she seems excited as well to get more information on the Lady of Coins. She is very powerful, and she controls, a lot of power in the city. And the rich and powerful, they're afraid of her. They're not afraid of any established force. They don't even seem to be afraid of Sidon, but they're afraid of her, and that says a lot. So, yeah. Okay, well,
Falvin does one of those Midwestern goodbyes, slaps his legs, and goes, well.
Halia? Wait, what's the mom's name? Medelia, sorry.
Medelia.
Medelia, she hears the slap. She's like, "Oh no, Falvin, you must stay a little longer, please. Have some more wine. I insist. Come on."
That's awkward. You did the goodbye and everything.
No,
Yeah.
this is how it goes. This is a battle now.
This is roll.
Yeah, this is a Midwest standoff.
Why don't you
Roll a
stay,
hospitality check.
Falvin? We haven't even had dessert yet. Magus, tell him how good my barley tarts are.
I cast invisibility. No, I don't have that spell.
I use a smoke bomb.
So Falvin, it's
So Falvin's staring intently at Magus, waiting to hear about these barley tarts.
oh, so you could be convinced. Interesting. Okay.
Let's see. I don't suppose expeditious retreat works in this situation.
No, but Misty Step might. You can disengage without an attack of opportunity.
I think I haven't said hi to Ileana yet. I'm gonna see how she and Giles are doing in the kitchen.
He's a funny boy. Falvin, I'm so glad that you're one of his new friends. Oh, anyway, please stay for dessert. You'll love it. I promise.
I will stay for a little longer, but my snakes need rest.
Oh, well.
My snakes need rest.
She says, I have a little sleep cap that I wear when I'm my hair's drying and I need to go to bed. If you'd like, I can let you borrow it and they can get all curled up in there.
No, that's not advised.
No.
Please do it for me.
No.
I want that fan art
I
on my
need fan
desk.
art. Medusa in a sleep cap.
Oh my god.
I need it.
My snakes need rest.
She's okay. Well, I'll bring you a tart, and then you must say goodbye to the grandparents. You must say goodnight. They won't let you leave without saying goodnight. She leaves and then comes back a few minutes later with a tart.
Just like one tart to me?
Yeah.
Alright, well.
So the mulberries were grown right outside that kitchen window.
How big is the tart?
It's like the size of like a sand dollar.
So it's like a cracker.
It's like
size.
a cookie, like a big cookie.
All right, so I pick it up and I let one of my snake hairs nibble on it.
She kind of steps back. Oh.
And then
I can't.
And then I go ahead and eat it.
Okay. How is it? I grew the mulberries right outside that window there.
It's kind of tangy, and it's got like a hint of sweet and a hint of like elder.
That's the alpaca manure.
Yep. Dude, she totally laced that one.
Calvin makes a point of like gulping.
Oh, I knew you would love it. Look at that. Look at you just chomping that down. Oh.
I bet you that'd go well with some milk, Shade.
Have another. Would you like another?
I must say my goodbyes.
Some
now.
coffee. Stay for some coffee.
His snakes are tired. His snakes are tired.
Have a cup of coffee. You'll get the. We'll get the
You
board
have
games
never
out.
seen a Medusa who has not had their sleep.
Oh, come on. We'll get the 20 squares board out. Magus, Adrian, go get the 20 squares board. I'm down for a game. I haven't played 20 squares in ages.
Shade will step into. Okay, I'll play 20 squares with you. Yeah, let's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Falbin, come on. Now, step on out of the way.
Falvin stealth 30s his way out of the room.
Actually, no, I'm going to ask for a stealth roll to get out of this Midwestern goodbye. Thank you for working
Roll a
with me on
hospitality
this.
check.
28. Okay, yeah.
Oh man.
She's so excited about her game of 20 squares with Shade that she doesn't even notice you sneak out. So
Nice.
oh man. Let me see. There are rules for 20 squares. Let me.
Oh no. Oh no.
Role play.
Hold on. Let me actually pull that up because like.
Yeah. No. Oh, Shade. I'll slowly leave the room to polish my barrel. And you can think of what that means.
Okay. All right. So it's a board game, kind of similar to chess. It looks kind of like a chessboard. And the rules. This said it had rules, and it doesn't. Whatever. Never mind. I don't have it on hand, so we're not gonna play it. I mean, you can still play it. If you want to do. Oh man, I wish I knew where that was. That's okay.
I'm sure I can do this with athletics, right? Right?
Yes.
Do
Picking a piece up.
do an intelligence check.
Is there any way it could be athletic?
No.
That's for if you flip the board.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm a very adept 20 squares player.
Yes, you are. Do you have any gaming set proficiencies? In fact.
Actually, I think I have playing cards.
Playing cards.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, that's not what this game is.
I see.
It translates over.
I don't.
Refer to the game of 20 squares entry in the appendix. Okay. So there are rules in here. Oh, here it is. Okay. 2 players. You move 7 pieces across a board consisting of 20 squares. Dice are rolled to determine how quickly the pieces can move, and the object is to reach the end of the course before your opponent. It's a mix of strategy and luck. Anything can be wagered on the outcome of the game. Wealth, power, magic, anything.
Firstborn.
Anything.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Full of surprise.
Hey, Magus, I just won you from your mom. So.
She was really confident that wasn't going to happen.
So she looks at you. She says, "This is just a friendly game, but like, you know, if you do want to wager something, I'm keen to do that."
I am a bit rusty at 20 squares, but I have this white sequin glove.
She's hey, I love that. That's beautiful.
How dare.
How dare.
She says, "Oh, okay. I will. I'll wager you this bottle of it's persimmon perfume."
Ooh.
Persimmon perfume.
That's definitely a step
Alright.
up, dude.
I mean,
I don't
yeah.
know if persimmons smell like shit, but it's an alliteration, and I'm here for alliterations. Okay, so you need to make several opposed checks. So the first is a performance check. So roll a performance check.
To learn what my mother's stat block is.
I'm gonna give her. Well, you won't know.
She's probably a gambler aficionado.
So she you pull out your deck of cards while she's preparing the board, and you're doing some like sick riffle shuffles and stuff, just kind of while she sets the board up, and you are able to make a better move on the first round. She's okay, well, all right then, that's some beginner's luck then. Okay, well, what's next? What is next? Insight.
All right.
Ooh.
Athletics, what?
And you peer deeply into her eyes, and you see her eyes kind of dart left and right, and she's like, your eyes are so blue. And like while she's distracted, you're able to make a very nice move, and you again you beat her. So, that's not fair. Have you seen his eyes? Magus, have you seen his eyes? How sapphire blue they are.
I'm still in the kitchen, mother.
Magus! Bring your mother a cup of coffee. I am not doing well. Okay, well, you haven't seen this coming, and roll deception.
Deception. Oh, that's going to be a fun one.
You guys actually tie.
Ooh.
She seems to have caught herself lollygagging, and she tries to sneak one over on you, and you guys like bump into each other as you make the same move. The next roll is history.
Shade ain't so hot at history.
She starts to tell you the origin of 20 squares, and says, "Did you know it's rumored that she says 20 squares, the royal game, is considered sacred. I actually keep this in a reliquary." And
oh, really?
Oh, yes. Gods and mortals since the dawn of time have played 20 squares. Kings actually have used this game to resolve disputes. It's wild. I bet you didn't know that as she takes a piece.
I did not.
The last one is wow, no, we have more. Intimidation.
Ooh. I think it's gonna be hilarious if my mom beats you at intimidation.
Yeah.
She says, "You're not a god or a king, are you, big tiger?" And she pulls one over on you.
No, I am not.
Now persuasion.
Magus, I think I underestimated your mom.
That's your problem.
And which one did you say?
Persuasion. At this point, you guys are 3 and 3. I think. Hold on. Let me double check.
Just replay the recording.
No. Hold on. So
No, it was 2, a tie, and 2.
2, a tie, and 2. Okay. This is another tie. So she tries to say, now, Shade, I know that you're trying to prove something to this new family, but you don't have anything to prove. You can just lose. It's fine. She's trying to convince you to give up. What's your argument as you kind of stalemate?
Shade is just like, no, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to learn the rules. Tiger lawyer.
Last roll is perception, and you guys are tied up to this point, so this is gonna call it. Wow. Okay. She looks over the board like a lighthouse over the ocean, and then she goes to make her move, and you go and you slide the piece into a spot that she didn't see, and you have reached the end of the board, and you have won your first game of 20 squares.
Tiger lawyer.
She leans
Wait.
back in her chair. Oh yeah.
I'm like, wait, does that mean I won?
Yes, you. Magus, your friend Shade just beat me in 20 squares.
I'll be sure to beat him in dueling later.
Oh, come on. You're only one ahead right now.
Well done. This is your first time playing?
Yeah, at least in recent history. It's been
don't know what that means, but
a while.
good job. Tell you what. Take this extra. This is an extra piece I have. Take it as just a memento of your victory.
Are you sure? I would appreciate it.
Yes, this is the night.
Why thank you. I will. I'll look fondly back on this.
I will look
we're
back
out
in
adventuring.
frustration. but no, I had a lovely
Next time
time.
Next time we come through, we can play again. I'm sure you'll just wipe the board with me.
Oh, I wipe the board every night. It must be cleaned thoroughly. It's a sacred relic, remember.
Yes, before it goes back to the reliquary.
She says, "I'll guess you'll be keeping this sequin glove then."
I mean, honestly, it's really not my size. If you want it, you can have it.
She's really, I will. Yeah. I'll keep it. Thank you so much. She slips it on. It's perfect. Oh my goodness. Darius, come look how. Shimona, look how good I look.
It looks lovely, darling.
She runs out of the room. And at this point, you guys have no one begging you to stay for coffee. As she goes to brag about her glove. So. The guest house is open to you. Magus, are you doing anything in particular?
I want to find Kyra.
Yeah. She's doing stuff. No, you're going and looking around for her, and then she pops up behind you. She goes, "Boo."
I do like just like a momentary jerk, and then just like head swivel to glare at her.
In your own home, Magus. I am honestly shocked. What's up?
You said I knew how to cheer myself up.
And you've done it. You've done it.
No. I think what would cheer me up is a rematch.
A rematch? What do you mean?
I'm going to motion out to the road that goes down to like kind of the gate of the estate. That is, if you think you can beat me this time.
What are you
I'll start off running.
Vegas, it's almost a new moon. You'll kill yourself. Okay, yeah, you take off running. She busts off after you. And she catches up to you. It is dark. It is really dark. Like the stars are bright, but the moon is just a sliver right now. And I need you to do a dexterity save.
All right. Saves. There it is. Yeah.
You trip over a rake that Giles left laying off the side of a field, and you start to tumble. Like were you casting any spells, or were you just running as fast as you could?
When she catches up to me, I would have been casting Expeditious Retreat.
So what speed are you moving at?
So let's see. It allows me to dash as a bonus action as well as an action. So I'm at like 90 feet per turn.
Okay, so you're running really fast, and then you trip over a rake. I'm gonna need you to take some bludgeoning damage. That's gonna be 10 bludgeoning damage as you just you eat shit as you tumble.
As I run into a rake at Mach 3.
You roll for a good like 10 seconds as you're just slowly slowing down, and as you finally tumble and then like in a little dust cloud, Kyra is already there where you've ended up, and was that quite enough?
Strangely, I do not feel better.
You know, it would help if you were to make it a fair fight. You just took off running without calling a start. She helps you up.
Mm-hmm. What, are you saying you want me to fight fair?
Yeah. At least let a girl know when you're racing. Not that it really matters, but...
Not that it really matters. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen me? I'm fast as hell.
That's why I don't fight fair.
Oh, you're gonna have to do much better than that, Magus.
I know.
You doing okay being home?
You were in charge. You were the head of you were the main tactician in the Great War, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that. I certainly did what I could.
Did you ever order people into a maneuver where you knew they would die?
Not when I wasn't with them.
It helped that you were with them when they died?
I'm a goddess, Magus. I'm quite powerful. You know this, right? I'm very powerful, but I'm not all powerful. And in a war, it's not just one goddess against an army. That's folly. We were fighting for survival, and I was trying to lead them the best I knew how, to be with them, to inspire, to save who I could, to protect. People fell under my watch, Magus, and it kills me. I remember their faces as clear as I see yours. Were there any other way, I wouldn't have done it. We almost lost everything. And I just have to think that those times where I made those calls were because it was needed, and the fact that I was there with them meant that I was committed to them, and I never left anyone behind, Magus. People fell, but I never left anyone behind.
You're lucky, you know?
What do you mean?
Your family comes back.
She just like not smiles. What's that where you kind of pull your mouth in acknowledgement?
Mm-hmm.
Purse your lips, grimace.
Yeah. And she nods, and she kind of puts her arms out for a hug.
Yeah, I accept. I accept it.
She hugs you for a moment, and then she lets go, and she says, I know that, Magus, and I understand that privilege. But I have never wasted an opportunity at life. I can come back, but I don't run headlong into death. I think that's foolish. None of my family do. We're blessed in that regard, but I fear the end, Magus. I fear what might come. I may come back now, but not always, not forever. This world can change in a fundamental way, and what I am won't be anymore. And it's different. I'm not you. My family, they're not your family. We are completely different creatures, you and I. I look like you. I sound like you. I laugh like you. I'm not. But I'm not invincible. And I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that I see as many sunrises as I can, Magus, and that you and your family see as many as they can. Is that enough?
It's as much as can be done, but I know it won't be enough when the time comes.
I hope you change your mind. Let's go on back.
And I go back to the guest house.
Cool. Nice dialogue. Okay, so you guys are all sleepy beepy, all tuckered out, and you just can barely keep your eyes open anymore.
Did Shade get his warm milk?
Did Shay? Oh, Shay definitely got some warm.
I got my warm milk.
Good.
There's a cow outside, just like. He's just like, please leave.
I have no more milk to give.
Oh, just powder.
That's terrible.
Oh boy.
But anyway, you guys come in the guest house, and like there's some candles lit, and the beds are all made for you, and yeah. Is there anything before we pass the night and continue tomorrow?
As one last thing, I will de-attune from the helm of the Dragonlords, and I will instead attune to the amulet of Mytros.
Okay, all right. I thought you were already unattuned to the helmet.
No.
No? Okay, cool. You just been channeling Estor for a while?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's your helmet. Okay, yeah. But you go full Mytros. Cool.
Yep.
All right, so the night passes. It is so quiet out here. Like, you guys spent 1 or 2 nights already in Mytros, and even Astoria was like, you know, sleepy, but there was occasional noise throughout the night. This is just peaceful, man. Like, just so peaceful. There's just a light breeze through the poplar trees. And in the morning you hear a rooster crow, and it is morning of the first day of Volcus, I believe. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
Nice.
long rest.
And
long
this is
rest.
basically July 1st in terms of our human calendar.
Ah, fireworks. Fireworks. We're gonna need to get those ready.
I'm advancing the time, and it is, let's say like 6 in the morning. I'm gonna try to keep more eye on the clock and calendar so that we're on track there. Cool. Yeah. Rooster crows. Rue kind of goes, "What the hell? Is that a bird that I haven't eaten?
Oh no, you've had a lot of those.
Oh, chickens.
Basically,
Like
just louder.
like the ones in the mines.
No, those are canaries.
No, the ones the other day in the mines. The big chickens, the scary ones.
No, those ones tasted better.
They did?
Yeah.
Do you have another one? Did you in your bag?
Yeah, it's a little mangled. I was saving the feathers.
Can I have it? I'm really hungry.
What part do you want? You want the entrails? I know that's your favorite.
Oh yeah, whatever greases up the insides, eh?
Yep, I'll give you some of that.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Putting that
Delicious.
in the quote book. Whatever greases up the inside.
He's a mechanical bird. He needs
Yeah, he's gotta convert, yo.
he needs oil and lubrication.
Exactly.
Oh, delicious. We're gonna have to go back to those mines someday and get one of those big scary chickens.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
You've kind of
I'm
lost.
working on reproducing those.
You've kind of lost your accent, Theo.
Well, you picked it up.
I do.
You stole it.
I am a chip off the old block, right?
I would say, metal filing from the old.
Chip is too generous a term.
Someday I want to figure out which one of us is the machine and which one of us is the bird.
I think we already know the answer.
Cool. We got a
The
little.
thing people least expect.
We're channeling Master Chief and Cortana energy here.
Yes.
Cool. Well, you guys get breakfast, and it's I forget how long I said it took to get here from Mytros. Several hours. Just depending on what
Yeah,
you
it
guys.
was from like late afternoon until like dinner
Yeah,
time.
so like 3 hours to get to Mytros. So you guys can stay a while if you want, or leave and get a head start on stuff in the city, whatever you want to do.
I mean,
Question.
Yeah.
The guy that I have been training with in the gymnasium of Mytros, Egan.
Egan. Okay.
He that I spar with him every once in a while.
Egan.
Would he have? Would I know if he has proficiency in the kind of like boxing stuff that Adrian is interested in?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, better him than just inventing some other jump.
Oh, you mean you don't want new NPCs that Magus knows?
No, God, no.
Please.
No, I don't want, because I don't have my random name generator open. So yeah, if we can use somebody you have, absolutely.
Recycle and reuse.
Yeah, sure.
Bog talk.
Bog talk. Okay. Yeah, he'd be down.
Okay. Yeah, then I would.
He has a stoic demeanor, but a quiet kindness and pride in the achievement of others, don't you?
I'm looking at the sheet right now. That I wrote.
Just making sure you knew.
I'll go to Adrian, and I'll say like,
Yo.
yeah. Our typical morning greeting.
Yeah.
I'll say like the only reason that I didn't encourage you to go out and pursue your desires yesterday. It's because you're my brother. And it'd tear me up if you got hurt.
I think it'd tear me up because I'd be the one getting hurt.
Huh.
Oh!
Maybe I'm reconsidering.
We are so related.
It's Magus. Yeah, sometimes I don't know, like, I don't get you sometimes, but I'm amazed by you. Like, I don't know how you have room in your heart for so many people and still have room for like me and us. right? I think maybe that's why I don't consider like how you feel about it, because I'm like, Magus, he's off with all his friends, and it's he's got who he needs out there, and I don't know. I guess I forget that you still are just little Magus from out in the barley.
I didn't just, exchange blows with Pythor, I had him sacrifice, a portion of his stock of oxen on your behalf, on your family's behalf.
On us? Really?
That Mytros would keep you safe. You guys are always in my heart.
Thanks, Magus.
Even if I'm not here.
I'll try to remember that. And I can't forget that now Pythor knows my name?
I mean, I did request the punching bag specifically for you.
God. Oh, he's gonna meet me someday and be so disappointed.
He's already met Magus.
What are you doing away?
You know what, Theo? You're right. If Magus can impress Pythor, I can damn sure impress Pythor. Hell yeah, let's get it.
I give him like a punch in the shoulder, which does nothing.
Since I didn't even feel it. You hear that, Pythor? And he's just like yelling to the sky. I didn't even feel it.
But if you can convince Mom and Dad to give you some time away, talk to Egan at the gymnasium in Mytros. I think you could learn some things from him. I think he knows how to use those fist things that you were talking about the other day.
All right, yeah, I will. Yeah. Well, you be careful out there. I mean, with the stories you've already told me, I have no guess as to what you're going in for now. So, I don't know. Just
me neither.
Just take care of yourself, and I mean, you guys look out for each other. You're a good team.
Take care of
We do
yourself.
what we can.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody else comes and gives you varying types of goodbyes that I'm not going to do individually. Handshakes, hugs, getting, picking you up, smacking you in the shin with a cane, all this kind of stuff. And yeah, they walk you guys out. Again, you guys are walking down the road and they just keep following you, very Midwestern. They're just waving the entire time.
Smiling.
And then you guys see Magus's family and his farm for the very last time.
What?
I mean until next time.
Ominous foreboding.
Not that it matters, but which leather,
Yeah,
which lever?
Cool.
Fond memory.
I'm just kidding.
Not matters, but which family member did you give the most tearful goodbye to?
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I guess we had the kind of emotional, heartfelt stuff with Mom and Dad last session. I didn't expect so much with Adrian. I think that was really interesting.
Hardly know the guy.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's a couple hours back to Mytros, and you guys get an early start, and you arrive at about 10 in the morning. So the city's in full swing. Shops are open, and I'll zoom out a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna move this flavor image of your family farm, as nice and beautiful as it is. It is very nice.
Just as long as the Maltese stays.
Oh yeah, Maltese. Hey, shit ain't going anywhere. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna make it bigger. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
You know,
That's the respect it deserves.
if he did have a voice, It would be like that one kid in Shrek who goes like, "Do the roar," you know, like. That's kind of what I'm imagining.
Just a complete troll.
Do the roar. Okay. Yeah. So you guys come through the vineyards, through the eastern gate, towards the royal gate, and what are you guys doing?
All right. Can I look up some spells at the academy?
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a list in mind?
I have several. Well, the problem is that these all take money and worse time to learn.
How much time?
So, the first one that I want to learn is invisibility.
Ooh.
And that will take 4 hours.
Okay. I mean, you have that amount of time. You have more than that amount of time. So,
Right.
if you started now, say it's 10 in the morning, that would be 2. And then you're not due at the Colossus until after dark. So you probably have until like 8 to do that.
Okay.
So you could do 2 4-hour transcriptions, plus have a little extra time.
Cool. Then I want to learn invisibility and locate object.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky.
I'm getting ready for the heist.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Can objects include birds?
No.
No.
What if it was a feather on the bird?
Well, I don't know.
We'll talk later.
What about the legs?
If it was like, if it was like a cool hat on the bird, sure.
A thing that birds are famous for wearing.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're in a fantasy land. You never know.
That's right.
What are
Birds can have style too.
I'm guessing Magus, you probably split off to go do that. Well, I mean, because that's taking most of the day.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to go to the academy for the day, that's fine.
For the day, but Shade does want to go by the academy.
Okay, sure, yeah.
But Shade would be first pushing for. We should go scout out the Colossus.
Oh, you want to go
Get the lay of the
during
land
the day and
during
scout
the
it?
day and early. Hopefully, when it wouldn't be obvious that we're preparing for that
Yeah,
encounter.
that's fair.
'Cause
And,
we're going.
yeah.
Are we going to the ruined Colossus or the
No, the
Colossus of Pythor?
Colossus of Pythor, which is on the western bank of the thing.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a
I can
great
send my
idea.
drone up too.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. Let me gather my thoughts for a second. Falbin, is there anything specific you'd be doing, or is this also what you're doing? You're scouting with them.
Yeah. I was like thinking about the things, and then Shade was like, I want to go reconnaissance, and I kind of like looked at him a little bit sideways and was like, I wonder how he reconnaissances. And I'm just following him at this point as a point of curiosity.
Awesome.
I mean,
His reconnaissance look for a massive cat.
Shade obviously is not a stealthy person, so he's gonna take it more of a, oh hey, we're just looking around the city. It's been like, haven't been to Mytros really.
yeah.
The old
Just kind
whistle.
of.
And Falvin is literally taking 100% of his cues from him because he's like full on, how does Shade do this? Out of curiosity.
Shade would he would say something like that. He's like, I'm not gonna be able to hide, so it's not like if there's anybody watching, they're going to see me.
Right. Better
So
to
I
just
can't-
act casual.
Exactly. It's like I'm gonna act as if I'm literally a tourist, which is effectively what I am, looking around the city, just trying to get a feel for it. And the Colossus of Pythor is one of the sites, so it shouldn't be unexpected that we would go and look at it at least.
Indeed.
And I would set Drew up before we got close to the area so that he could get a bird's eye view.
Okay. So let's just let's say that from the time you enter the city, or when you drop Magus off from at the academy, it's going to take about an hour to make the walk over to the Colossus, and that's assuming that nothing happens on the way there. So
Cool.
You,
All right.
due to your current fame, there is a chance that you will be mobbed by admirers, which can take up some time. So,
Cool.
if you're not moving stealthily, which you did declare that you're not,
Right.
I'm gonna roll a d4, and on a 1, you're gonna get thronged by admirers for 1 extra hour.
Oh no. Okay.
An hour?
An hour.
Do we get money?
It is a 1. I'm not kidding you. Yeah, you'll get some money. Okay, so Shade, we'll say
Money taken.
Shade, we'll say that you pass the royal gate and you're coming to kind of this area just to the south of the temples and stuff, and a crowd starts to gather and people are, running up and giving you food and giving you wine and you get gold. You do get some gold. I'm gonna say you guys get a total of 1d20 of gold coins, which is 6. So enjoy that. And
6 each?
No.
Oh.
Just 6. A gold coin is a lot of money for normal people.
Yeah, but this is an affluent city, and it's not every day you see heroes.
Quiet you. Okay, so an hour passes in the kind of temple district, and it's just after 11. And then you do get past the Temple of Lutheria, and then you start to enter the Harbor and Docks district. As you continue south, you can see kind of the plateau where the the commerce district is, and the famed Nerdigan estate, which is on the precipice of this plateau, looks out over the sea. It's quite imposing, elegant estate. Let's see. Continue south, past the dockyards. You can see ships being built. I have other descriptions. Pop out. This bustling dockyard has dozens of galleys bristling with banks of oars. A lot of the ships seem kind of damaged recently, and you hear just hammering, choruses of hammering from these dry docks.
Since if they were out in that storm.
Yep. It's rough sailing for sure. And you're kind of strolling through here, and how, I don't know, it's like you've moved to a new city, but part of you feels like, I used to know this street, and you did, but you haven't made the connection yet. It's just this kind of intuition, I know this street. I used to walk this street.
It's like a weird deja vu type of...
more than any other part of the city that you've felt so far. But you can't exactly place it, or it's not giving you a direction. It's just a feeling. But you keep going, and you start to come towards the tip of the, I don't know what this type of land structure is called, a peninsula,
like the peninsula,
I guess. Yeah. And you pass, there's some housing, there's more fisheries, and then eventually you see it the whole time. It's huge. It's hundreds of feet tall. This bronze colossus that you've seen Pythor, and this looks like a young Pythor, as if he was a young man. The statue's head has this crown of leaves wreathed around it, and despite its relaxed stance and serene gaze, the statue, it almost seems alert to anything that might threaten the city. And you guys remember that Vulcan told you that he constructed these before the First War, and they can be activated to defend Mytros. Well, I say they, now there's only one. They are a wonder of they are one of the wonders of Thelia. So basically the first thing you see when you sail to Mytros, and one of the last things you forget. So but you do come to the little island. Think like where the Statue of Liberty is, kind of same situation. It's like a little island. This one has a bridge.
Can we
And
climb it?
you could try. It's gonna be really tough because it's just smooth bronze. I don't know how you would do that without magical assistance. But you know, if you really want to, you sure can.
I'm okay.
But
I just have Rue, land on his head.
oh yeah, so you have Rue out, and Rue flies up and around, and you see him get smaller and smaller and smaller as he flies up and up and up and up and up. And he kind of darts around. Rue flies back down, and he reports to you, and he says, "Man, this guy's huge."
Yep.
Well,
Good talk.
good talk. That was fun. Wait, did you want to know something?
Anything interesting?
No, I mean he's bloody huge.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
one weird thing. So the eyes, there's like curtains up there. There's like curtains behind the eyes.
Did you see anything?
No, there's curtains. I couldn't. There's curtains.
Did you see was there no soul or anything?
Well, no. I mean, it's a big. Well, I have a soul.
Curtains for you?
I have a soul. Wait.
What color were the curtains?
Sorry, I'm just having a little bit of an existential crisis here. Do I have a
Focus, man!
Do
The
I
curtains!
Do I have a soul, Theo? Do I have a soul?
Yes, you do. We'll talk about it later.
Does the Colossus have a soul?
Maybe.
Are we gonna
Gotta figure that out.
We're gonna figure it out. Okay, yeah, it's a mystery. A mystery. No, I didn't say anything, but there are curtains, which is weird. Why would you have?
What color were the curtains?
Oh, yeah, green. Green, yeah.
Green. Do they have a drawstring?
I mean, on the outside,
Yeah.
do most curtains have drawstrings on the outside?
Were there windows then?
What? Yeah, there were.
So you're saying the Colossus has curtains on the insides of its eyes?
That's what I'm saying. You doubting me now after all we've been through, Big Cat Man?
No,
wouldn't
I'm just saying that
second.
sounds weird.
It does sound weird. You believe me though, right?
Yeah, I
Better.
believe you.
He better.
'Cause I,
Don't bring my
yeah,
Rue's soul's integrity into this.
yeah. Nick, if you suddenly sprout wings and learn to fly, then you can go around and
Yeah.
scout. You can, hey, Big
How would you
Tiger
like it?
Man, go fly around. Tell us what you see. Come back.
That would be
Well,
really
maybe
unfair
if I
for the rest
sprout
of us.
wings, I will. Thank you very
Well,
much.
That'd be really unfair to the rest of us. Honestly, I don't know where he gets it.
I can't imagine.
So he basically describes that it seems like the eyes of the statue have windows, but there are curtains drawn on the inside of the windows, and the curtains are green.
Interesting.
I'll just kind of search along the base and see if I see any tunnels or ways that could allow me access to said curtains.
Yeah, let's see. So, roll a perception check. Is anybody else like snooping around the feet looking for stuff?
Falbin would love.
Shade's
Shade.
not. He's a little too conspicuous.
Sure, yeah. Let's get if you both want to roll perception checks.
Perception. I'm adept at that. Ooh. Thank God. I'm gonna use one of my rerolls.
I think Falbin.
One of my lucks.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'll
Go for
I'll
it.
let Falbin
Resources
stand.
are fun. Okay.
No, I think he's got it.
Okay, with a 27, that was a nat 1 on Theo's perception check, by the way. With a 27, so you see this before you get close, but you see there are 2 marble golems flanking a door in the right foot of the statue. There is it's just a circular door, and on either side of it are two marble golems. You, Falbin, you get a closer look at the golem, and you notice that it looks like the head has like it's like a doll where the head could turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like as you look at it more, it has joints that are what do you call it when they can, like, joints that are articulated joints, yeah. This seems like more than just a marble statue.
You seeing anything, Falbin? I ain't finding shit.
Falvin just glares at Theo in a way that says, "Don't you know the meaning of secrecy and silence?"
Yo, Falbin!
Don't you know the meaning of I found out that there are windows with curtains, and you're down here and you're looking at these marble statues that we can all see?
No, apparently I'm blind and deaf right now.
Yeah, give us a break.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're not gonna say
Just
anything.
like walking around the bottom of the statue. There's the Colossus, like looking at the joints, the seams, and the like bronze plating and everything. Just like, oh, this is really cool. I can tell Vulcan really outdid himself on this one.
Oh yeah. Rugo's like, he's not so impressive, really.
I agree. I've seen better.
Just a big hunk of bronze, no real spirit to it, no
It
freedom.
does have curtains, though.
Would I look better with curtains?
I don't know.
Would
Would you like to try?
Will you give me some curtains, Theo?
Whoa! Magus, you're not here. Fuck you.
Theo, find me some curtains if you love me, if you really love me.
What color do you want them to be?
What do you think those eyelashes are?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
Any accents? Australian?
No.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Fringe. How about fringe?
Fringe.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, now that we figured that out. So there is a door, but it does seem to be flanked by something more complicated than just simple marble statues.
Like Gollum.
Like golems. You guys have interacted with golems at the necropolis, so I'll give you that.
This looks like other golems that we've... Do they look like they'd be as dangerous as the golems we saw in the necropolis?
You don't
I
know?
mean, they appear to be of the same combat level description as those that guarded the tomb of Mytros.
All I heard from that guy's name was money.
Yeah. Yeah.
The magnificent.
The tomb
Yes.
of Mr. Moneybags.
Mr. Moneybags.
No, I don't think we should force our way in or anything. It's just of interest right now.
Falvin, one thing more I will give you with that perception roll is there is a what do you call it? A thieves' cant mark, and it's kind of scribed into one of the feet of the marble statues, and it means password.
Whoa. I wish I could read that. It just looks like graffiti.
A graffiti, like, because it's on his feet. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So it means password in that it's saying there is a password
Yeah,
protection.
you guess that it means that this is like you must speak a password kind of thing.
And,
Which
and
you
where
know.
is Magus?
Password is password.
Magus is at the academy.
That's backwards.
Why is he at the academy?
He's learning.
Because I'm learning invisibility.
He's learning how not to exist.
I'll forgive you later, but I'll be frustrated now.
He's okay, that's quote wall. That's quote wall. I'll forgive you later, but I'll be frustrated now.
Oh, encapsulates so
Cool.
much of life.
Don't split the party. I'm just gonna be like, okay, cool.
You guys have plenty of time, you know. You can come back.
Yep.
Cool. Anything else you want to look around for here?
I mean, from the vantage point of the little island, Shade would look back at like the row of houses and stuff along.
Sure.
I guess this is a wall.
Yeah, it is a wall. It's like a kind of like a seawall, but it's also a defensive wall because this is like the outermost point. And this city was built to basically defend the mortals that live here. So it's a very strong wall meant to resist the storm in a normal sense and also in a Sidon sense. So yeah, there are guards posted. What about this?
What about this house? Like this guy is just like, screw the wall. I'm on my own. I get my own little island.
He is the wall.
You look at that house. That house is kind
That's
of
where the
like
rock lives.
it's kind of run down looking, actually. Like actually, give a perception check. You're pretty far away.
Perception.
It's 18. Yeah. So you look at it, and it's like a small, like a little mini mansion. Like its build is quite nice, which is interesting because like a lot of the houses kind of inside the wall are much more modest. You know, they're Docks District housing, but this is like pretty nice. Besides the fact that it looks like it hasn't been taken care of in a long time, it is like battered by the sea. There is like moss growing on, you know, places it shouldn't. Some, you know, bits of the ceiling and roof are fallen in. There are no windows, it seems. Kind of a ruined little spot. But like, I don't know, you're drawn to it in a way.
I think I might want to go take a look at that house. Looks like it's got history there. But
History.
what else do we want to do, gentlemen?
Hey, Rue, go check out the curtains of that house over there.
Oh, way out there? It's so far.
Oh, I know you love to fly.
What? I'll get sea salt all in my joints. Nah, I don't want to do it. Nah.
Don't worry, I'll give you a nice fish oil bath later tonight.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Salman kind of looks over and elbows Theo and says, taken after you.
That's right.
Yeah, Rue will fly. He'll fly kind of along the wall. A few of the guards kind of like see him pass. Whoa! Look at that. And he does a little circle around the house, swoops around, and then he flies back over the wall and lands. He's like, "Well, that place is downright disgusting."
Nice.
Anyway, well,
Good chat.
pretty weird stuff though.
What do you mean?
Well, I noticed there was a bridge that it looks like it's collapsed into the water, like here, like right there.
So when we pull up this map and point at it, you can kind of give us some indication.
Yeah, right about
See where I'm pinging right now?
right about there. Yep. It's in total disrepair. I don't think you could cross it if you had any mind to do that. The weird thing though is inside. I thought there was people in there, but it's not people. It's like a bunch of statues.
A bunch of statues. Shade looks over at Falbin.
I wonder if mending would
what?
work on that bridge.
What'd you say?
Rue said there's a bunch of statues in that house. Said
Did
it
you have
looked
anything
like
you wanted
people.
to tell us, Calvin?
I eat goat blood on Tuesdays.
Okay. You're starting to sound like Rue.
But son, it's not even Tuesday.
It's amazing you remember.
Was that another Nox's Corner? reference?
No, that was ASDF videos, I
Oh,
believe.
yeah. Right. Okay.
Or was either that or rejected cartoons?
I think you're right.
One of those.
Rue says, like, I don't know. I don't want to live there. Creepy.
That might be a place of interest later.
I can hear you find good resources.
Is
at
Rue
places of
alive?
interest.
I'm just like interjecting, asking Theo.
Rue looks at you and says,
I mean,
how dare you?
he's right there. Why wouldn't you ask him that? Why?
What do you think would happen if Rue's eyes met a Medusa gaze?
Oh, he'd be fine.
I don't think I have eyes. Do I have eyes?
You have sensory equivalent organs.
Yeah.
Don't think about it too much. It's highly scientific.
Where's Rue at?
He's like on
Just like
Theo's
everywhere.
shoulder right now.
Perched on. Okay. Falbin just straight up gazes into what would be his eyes.
What?
Dude, you don't even ask? Highly inappropriate.
He says, give a bird a bird first. But no, he looks at you and he just kind of cocks his head, very bird-like, very rapid motions, and he's like, "Who do you think you are, tough guy? Looking at me like
tough
that,
guy.
staring at me
Looking
like
at
that,
him like that.
looking at me like that."
Looking at you owe him a cockatrice now.
Falbin would smile and say, "Clearly, I'm not tough. You are."
Did you just
knew
compliment me,
that.
you son of a bitch?
Well, that may be of use to us soon.
Absolutely.
Have I established a
You never
precedent?
know when you need to look at Rue.
Yes, it may be very important.
Maybe
Rue
very
is
important.
not going to have problems with Medusa's gaze.
I mean, he's a construct.
I'm also a person. I'm a person,
Nope,
and my
we have
name
firmly
is
es- we have-
Rue.
You're a
We
constructed
firmly
person.
established that you don't have a soul.
He has a soul. Clearly, he has a spark, and it's hidden behind curtains right now. Okay,
Magus,
so give him a break.
Magus, I've got an episode of Star Trek TNG I need you to watch. Measure of a man. Or a bird.
All right. So
right.
after we finish like talking about this dilapidated residence and its statuesque inhabitants, I guess we just
I-
kind of keep
I have a-
walking along.
Yeah.
What?
I have a crossbow with a rope that I could shoot across that gap, and Falbin could tight rope across.
Oh.
What do you think of that? Could be important. Statues.
If you wanna, I will.
How about we go and talk to the guards on the wall first before we just start firing rope?
Have you been in this party very long?
Dude, it's a crossbow. It's
All right.
super
Okay.
quiet.
Fine. All right. Let's do this. Right. Forget I said anything.
Next episode, Magus visits the gang in jail.
So we'll talk to the guards.
Okay, yeah. There's some Mytrosian city
Dad's
guards
here right now.
and some Mytrosian city guards, and they're dressed in their bright, kind of red cloaks, very Roman centurion sort of style. They don't have the same type of armor like the Dragon Rider centurions had. There's these guys wear a little bit more like ornamental armor. It's not very flexible. It's very shiny. It's meant to be visible from a long distance. But they kind of stomp their spears into the cobblestone and they say, "Heroes, welcome. Welcome to the southern wall. My name is Wallace."
Good morning, Wallace.
Good morning, William Wallace.
Oh, William Wallace was my father.
Oh, I'm sorry. You look just like him. That's why I got confused.
Wilbert Wallace.
Yeah. Anyway,
Wilson.
what can I do for you, fellows?
we
We were
were
wondering if that chateau over there was for rent.
Oh, for rent? Oh no, he kind of clams up.
Your turn, Shade.
Well, we were wondering if, since, well, we are kind of the adventurous type that like investigating things, that looks like a old area, and it seems like it could have some nifty historical type information. Would you mind if we make our way over to it?
He's kind of like, he's looking pretty nervous. He's kind of like pacing a little bit and looking left and right. And roll a persuasion check, because you're asking him for permission to do this. He says, "What do you want? What do you want to? I mean, why? It's just an old house. What do you want to? What do you want?
I mean, we just want to look at it. I mean,
well,
I
you're in a
assume from the repair,
perfect position to look at it from the wall. Wallace, the guard of the southern wall, will let you stand here and look at it as long as you like. That's my guarantee."
From the state of
How dare you, William? We, the heroes of the storm,
William is my father.
There.
William is my father. I'm just Wallace.
I'm sorry. His snakes didn't get a lot of sleep last night. He's not usually this cranky.
well, with the state of the state of repair or disrepair it's in, it seems like no one would be living there, and unless it's specifically listed as off limits by somebody, we'd like to just go look around. Is there any harm in that?
He says, "You're right. I will show you the come look at the Colossus of Pythor," and he's leading you like kind of.
We just came from there.
Oh,
we saw it. It's very impressive.
But you haven't seen, and he's winking at you. You haven't seen it from this angle. It is much more impressive from over here. Come along, and I'll show you.
Okay. Shade would just kind of like curiously follow him.
This guy has the weirdest eye twitch.
You can tell he's leading you away from the other guards, and he takes you about 50 feet away. Says, look at that, and then he stabs you. No.
Goose, son, what an animal train.
No, he's like pointing and gesturing at the Colossus as he kind of starts to speak low under his breath. He says, "You really shouldn't be asking questions about the old Dragonlord house."
Dragonlord house? What do you mean? Shade says, also looking at the Colossus of Pythor, kind of like nodding along.
Right. Well, I don't know its full history, but it was abandoned after the war, and Sidon had a lot more presence in the city before the war, and as such, he had many statues, many Gigan statues. That was kind of his jam. And after the peace broke out, the king at the time ordered all the statues to be removed from the streets and corners, and we felt that it would incur the wrath of Sidon if we destroyed the statues. So the chateau being abandoned, we decided, this was 500 years ago, they decided it would be a good place to just, store them.
You say that, but you called it the Dragonlord.
Yeah,
Man.
some Dragonlord long ago lived in there.
Do you know which one?
I don't know. There were so many, right? But
It was William, wasn't it?
It was William.
I mean, a lot of Dragonlords died or went missing during the war, and their houses went unkept. But this one looked out over the sea, and it was just without anybody living there. It was so hard to keep up, and You know, the other houses were more in center of the city. So
Look down over the sea.
so here it sits.
Subtle.
I appreciate your info. We will.
Just don't tell
Take
anybody
caution.
that I told you, okay? I mean, we're supposed to keep it hush hush.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's been condemned, but the city of Mytros safeguards it because the Order of Sidon has a claim on it.
They have a claim because of the Geigen statues?
I don't know. They own the rock it sits on. I think they own the building.
The Order of Sidon.
Order of Sidon.
Yeah, at some point after the war, I don't know when it was, but it came under ownership of the Order of Sidon. I don't know how that happens. I mean, deeds are very strict. I don't know what kind of legal nonsense had to happen for that. It could have just been purchased outright, but I mean, the Order has a lot of gold.
If only we had a tiger lawyer.
Do you know a tiger lawyer? They're so rare these days.
Oh, very, very rare.
Next episode, a tiger lawyer litigates his house back.
Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum.
Come
Dun,
see
dun,
us
dun,
at Tiger
dun,
and
dun.
Tiger.
If only we had a wizard doing research about deeds right this moment.
With my, sitting on my +8 to history and my D40 roll.
This is what you guys were missing from this campaign: real estate legislation.
Yes. New hideout 2.0. We've got the waterfall. Now we need the view.
Now we just need somebody that can cast like a teleportation gate between water hideout and mountain hideout.
Ooh, yes.
Exactly.
He says, I
Anyways.
have to go, but don't tell anyone I told you, and if you can, stay away. I mean, it's not just us who watches this place.
Understood, and I'll keep my lips sealed. Thank you.
Thank you, Wallace, son of William.
Hey,
Thank you, William Wallace.
it's just Wallace. William was my father. It's spelled
William the Second.
Wallus.
William the Second.
Fine. And he goes back off to his patrol.
Nice guy, William.
By the way, how tall is this wall?
The wall, I don't think it says, but I mean, I'm gonna guess like 40 feet, something like that. Pretty tall.
Okay. All right.
You would need like equipment to climb over it.
I've got equipment.
Yeah, yes, you do.
I've got
The
equipment.
resigned, yes, you do.
And I provided it to you when I said, "Here's your grenade
I
launcher."
enabled this.
Yeah.
I have a
well,
sentient bird that can also carry ropes and place them up high.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
Shade would leave with the rest of the party, and kind of after we're away from the guards and stuff, he'd kind of. I think we probably should save that one for a little later.
For the sequel.
Yes, probably one crisis at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try and bunch them all up at once, deal with them in one fell swoop, be done with it.
It could be the Lady of Coins could help us with it.
Ooh.
It's possible, but it also seems like something different. And
Yes. Unrelated to our current situation.
True. I feel like this is
It's in a
something.
completely different category in the quest log.
You're not even here.
Oh my God.
Magus using the one use of sending stones for the day. Just
Not even in the
shine
quest
it.
log.
We ribbed the party.
Just as a point of order, I do need to leave at like 10:05.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Gotcha.
No problem. We can
15 minutes.
15 minutes. So we'll just go ahead and like Magus. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to also do or run into while you're at the academy, or?
I'm gonna do a quick change to the order of things.
Okay.
Instead of learning locate object, I will instead take my 4-hour long rest so I can have invisibility prepared.
Oh, that's very smart. Okay, yeah. Do you have a favorite spot?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I just figure that invisibility might be useful in this upcoming engagement. Yeah.
Weird.
Do you have a favorite spot in the academy that you would go like to study or like just to take a nap between classes or whatever?
I mean, I assume I have like an apartment at the.
Oh, that's true, like a dorm. Yeah. And you probably had one of those like RA dorms where it's like, you know, you get a larger room and the option to have a roommate if you want. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm feeling it's probably just a little bit too early to check on the armband. I'm gonna leave it another day.
If you inquire to what's their face?
Nope, I'm not even gonna check on it.
You're not even gonna check?
I'm not even gonna check on it.
Okay, cool.
Nope. However, I am going to pick up the material component needed for invisibility, because I assume there's just like a spot to get material components. It's an eyelash in gum Arabic.
Yep.
What?
Would have guessed that.
What does that mean?
I think you know.
An eyelash preserved in amber.
But it's got to be a joke of some sort, because they all are, right?
Oh. Well, I mean, it's invisibility, so it's an eyelash.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
For sight.
I see.
Got something in your eye, you can't see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then it's in amber, so it's slow.
So you spend a total of 8 hours at the academy, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it ends up being about 7 o'clock, and you arrive. I'm assuming you were just going to meet at the Colossus.
Yes, I will also alter myself to travel through the city, so I'm not mobbed by any followers who
Oh,
recognize
smart.
me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we only spent like what?
Yeah,
2 or 3
like
hours total?
2 or 3 hours for sure.
Yeah, because Shade would still want to go back to the academy
Oh, okay.
to meet up with Magus from the standpoint of Shade still wants to ask people at the academy about the curse on Full On.
Right. Yeah.
To see if there's anything that could be done to break it, or if it's something that the only real option is to, you know,
Yeah.
find him his bonded rider.
So I will give you a few details. So the island is Scorpion Island. That's where Full On is from. It's called Scorpion Island, and it's a pretty remote island. It's not really known for any measurable civilization, but it is famed for the Scorpion tribe, which is a lineage of cursed centaurs like Full On who've lived there for centuries. The centaurs of this tribe who are cursed, they're doomed to transform into monstrous giant scorpions when they reach adulthood. It's rumored that the only way, and this is, I mean, Full On basically told you this, the only way to overcome the curse is to bond with a mortal rider and leave the island forever. So, it seems like he was able to escape the island, but he had not yet bonded with a mortal rider. So, he is still subject to the curse, unless he is able to, like, fully bond with somebody.
Okay, so there's not like anything that they know about, some other magic may be able to break the curse. It's really just the...
Let's see.
Shade's looking for options. Like,
Right.
do we have to go and start doing interviews or something, or convince him to go do interviews? Are we like, do we have other options for how to break the curse?
You might have the professors at the academy don't know. I mean, they know what is written about it, and most who have been cured did it the established way, and like there's no real reason to seek an alternative because it's so straightforward, right?
Right. Assuming you find a bonded rider.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
Might just have to go find out.
I guess so.
Right.
But yeah, you guys meet back up with Magus.
Yep. All right, I can make 2 people invisible.
You guys are
Me and Rue.
For 1 hour.
Oh, the stuff we could do
For
to
1 hour.
that merchant.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
priceless.
Are you going to wait until you get to the Colossus or do it en route?
I was going to wait till we get to the Colossus.
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll that d4 as you guys travel.
I changed my appearance.
Okay, so anybody who is not moving stealthily will be subject to my wrath, and it was another one. I'm not kidding.
No, it wasn't.
It-
You're telling fibs.
No, I'm not. I could screenshot it for you.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I trust.
All right. So Magus, you are kind of, you're walking with them. What are you looking like?
I have transformed myself into just a random merchant that I happened to see in Astoria.
Okay. Yeah.
Was he an alchemist?
Nope. Just like a random human merchant.
There's a lot of those.
Good.
Yeah. So you guys are walking, and like you might be feigning conversation about like, oh, if you let me sell branded gear, I can get you discounts, blah blah blah. And in between when people give you space, you're talking about your plans. But eventually, Shade gets thronged again, and whoever is walking openly with him, you guys get tied up for about an hour. So that's gonna delay your arrival by an hour. So you're gonna get there at about 9:05.
I mean, yeah, I guess that works.
And this is the evening of a totally full moon. It was a sliver of a moon last night. It is dark and
new moon.
new moon. Sorry,
New moon.
Sorry, new moon.
Min?
New moon. There isn't a ton in the way of light pollution here, but it's more than there is outside the city. You also have more. You've got Mount Vulcan that blocks out some of the night sky. Some of the sea air makes a little haze, so it's very dark here. Pretty much all you see are the lanterns that line the streets. A lot of the taverns near the dockyards are kind of starting to pick up as the workday has ended, and you cross that bridge to the island with the Colossus. And I think we'll just end there, because we're at within 5 minutes of ending anyway. Actually, no. Let's do one more thing. So the door that exists in the heel. How are you guys approaching this?
Well, first I'm going to ask, okay, I can make 2 people invisible for an hour. Do we want to do that now?
When can you cast it again?
I can cast it 3 times.
Okay.
Whoa.
We will need to use it for something later. So.
Okay.
It involves rats.
It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
A tooltip.
I mean, it is using up one of my highest spell slots that could be used for counter spell or sending.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You
could also just
can
cast it on
transform
one
yourself into anything, right?
Yes, I can.
So
However, I don't think I cannot do both. I can't make people invisible and transform myself at the same time.
Well, but if you did, could you make people invisible and then transform yourself?
No, then the invisibility would drop.
Well, why do you even exist?
I would say if you're gonna put 2 people invisible, it probably ought to be you and Theo.
I was thinking, the massively obvious cat, but
Yeah, but we want him to get
not
hit.
gonna move very quietly.
Are we going to be out in the open, addressing them as a party, or is it just going to be you with the rest of us stealthed? Is the question.
I thought we were all going as a party.
Yeah.
If we're going as a party, then I could just not make anyone invisible. And save my spells for something else.
I think
That
you
is an option.
I think you should save.
Okay. All right.
you could turn into a bird,
No. I
and
can't.
you could sit on
Maybe
someone's shoulder.
cockatrice.
Yeah, like a canary maybe, and you could sit on my other shoulder, and then they wouldn't tell that there's another person until, well, bam, there he is.
Turns out my size doesn't change, so if you want me to sit on your shoulder, I can, but I'm still gonna be this big.
Oh, well, I don't think that would be comfortable for either of us. Maybe if you sat on Shade's shoulder.
Okay, so
As
nobody.
this conversation is occurring, we're starting to walk across the bridge to
Yep.
Colossus.
So nobody's invisible. Okay, all right, here we go. So you walk across the bridge, and just as you saw earlier, the two bright white marble golems that flank the door stand resolute. Falvin, you know that there is probably a password required, but Magus, well, no, never mind. Magus,
Dang.
well, I mean, unless you want to cast Detect Magic.
I don't know that I can. Let me check.
You forgot that one.
No, I can cast Detect Magic. So in order to... Do we want to do Ritual in 10 minutes, or do it just immediately?
You guys are already fashionably late, so.
We're already... Okay, like, I'll just do it immediately. Detect Magic. Boop.
Okay. You detect a sigil on the door that looks. You've seen these before. It looks like some sort of arcane lock.
Dang it! That's one of the other spells I was going to get. Oh, well.
That's the only like obvious highlight thing. I can't remember if golems exude some sort of magic, but if they do, then blah blah.
They ooze magic.
All right.
Well, Falbin sort of leans forward and says, Ouroboros?
Nothing happens.
Albuquerque.
They say, "Well, howdy, y'all," and they open the door. Get on in here, you son of a gun. No, nothing happens.
Friend.
No.
This might be a while.
So we're just
Well, I
waiting.
feel like I'm the only one trying here.
So,
Shade leans forward and just knocks on the door.
nothing happens. I will remind you. So, Falvin, you made a point earlier, and I'll give it to you because you basically remembered it anyway. These golems did remind you a lot of that tomb in the necropolis. A tomb of a certain somebody.
The wealthy man.
Well, Mytros, but
Yeah, Mytros, the wealthy man.
magnificent. But, I mean,
Yeah, the wealthy man.
was there a password for that?
Well,
Are
we
you
just kinda walked in.
thinking out loud, or are you thinking in your brain?
We're talking out loud and brainstorming, obviously.
As you say Mytros, the arcane lock unlocks,
Fuck yeah.
and these statues stand upright at attention in like a rest form, and that is where we will end our session.
Interesting.
Man, that guy got around.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So
Why?
what
What's
would the
his
Lady
connection?
Coin have to do with this super, super rich guy?
Yeah, what would wealth
It
and the
seems cockeyed.
terminology of coin...
Anyways, Magus, at some point, we're going to be using invisibility and we're going to that island.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Please.
What did you guys think about the island? Because you guys sounded like you were making some connections in your head.
Oh, we
mean,
really
it
like
sounds-
that.
Oh, it's where Glucose used to live.
Yes, we're
well,
close here.
specifically
Glucose's
his
old
love.
house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be something else. I mean,
No.
A dragon rider used to live there, and it overlooked the ocean. And the only house that overlooked the ocean that we bothered to create art for was the one where Lucose's past love existed. So,
Oh, right. I was like, in the moment, I was like, oh wow, they remembered the vision of like it overlooking the ocean. But then I forgot that.
Oh, no, that too.
I forgot that, Crikey, you literally made that art. Like, so of course you would remember. But yeah. And if I'm being totally honest, DM wise, that's not where I had it planned, but you pointed it out, and I was like, yeah, that's actually a good spot. And it like so.
This house is actually on the other
the
side.
little
of the
broken
ice.
bridge thing that I just made that up. And like it all kind of fits really now that I never even looked at that island until you pointed it out. So
See, the beauty.
I was like
of
thinking of it like
Yendi.
over here or something like.
Nope, that would be the wrong place.
That'd be wrong.
This
like
is the
this
right
is
place.
way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the correct one.
that's why making too many notes can be a problem. Cause boom, we get that.
Because rule of cool.
Real cool.
I mean,
Yep.
I'll be honest. I've had my eye on that house ever since we
No
first
kidding.
opened the Mytros map.
Really?
So
Oh.
I was like, that's a
heck
cool
is
little
that?
one. Like the guy's it's got its own little island.
That's perfect. Oh my god. And it makes so much sense for like somebody like Lukos who was like a seafaring person who was always like looking out towards the next place to go, you know? So like, oh shit, man, that's really cool that came together. That makes me happy.
So does that mean that if you're touching us while you use invisibility, we also are invisible? Invisible?
You're not invisible, you might be invisible.
Invisible?
No.
No, he'd have to be carrying you, right? Anything the target is wearing or carrying.
So if I make
Carry
Shade
me!
and he carries me,
All right, so everybody jump on my back.
Easy.
an invisible.
That's the way I read it because it says anything as long
I
as
think
it's
it
the
works.
target person.
I think it works. I mean, you have to be strong
Or
enough to carry,
carrying.
but yeah.
Or
Yep.
carrying. So I'm
Shit.
just saying, in a pinch, if Shade's invisible and he's carrying the two midgets,
Fucking invisible clown car
that
shit.
could work.
All right, before Craig
Man,
has to
that's gonna
go,
be so awkward when invisibility ends in the middle of the party.
just hello,
We appear. Oh,
4 idiots on a tiger.
we're the show for tonight.
Before Crikey has to leave, let's get shout outs for for inspiration for next game.
I mean, I feel like naturally Magus is got to get up there for his dealing with his brother and his brother's life choices.
Hey, you were also a part of that. You were a big part of that.
I would say that you as well. You are such an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
Shade's words had particular impact on Falbin that Shade doesn't know about yet.
See,
So good. Oh my gosh.
Shade definitely, yeah, good one.
Let's give you both inspiration. I think that was a lot of like really solid RP. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Add it. You'll need it.
Yep.
Also, I would like to propose that Magus gets to keep his dice roll because. we
Oh, he'd
didn't
never
roll for
used the
anything.
D40. Oh, okay. Well, I'm so conflicted because this next session is going to be combat. But I thought you guys might get into combat this session. So, you know what? Screw it.
I did have to make one D20 roll, and that was the dexterity save when I was racing Kyra.
That's true. How about this? I'll let you keep it if you don't take the inspiration for the shout out. So like
done.
Okay, cool.
Done. Deal.
It is just a straight upgrade.
Keep
but,
your inspiration.
Trying to be fair and balanced and generous here, but
Yeah.
oh god, what is this D40 gonna do?
Just don't roll a
Use the
one.
Lady of Coin.
All right, well, I'm gonna hit stop recording. Thank you guys for joining. It's very good to be back. We'll see you next time.